Can you please state your name for the camera?
Thomas Papa.
And can you state what you were convicted for?
I was convicted of grand theft and money laundering.
Can you talk about your experience of trying to get a job when you were released from prison?
I would say the hardest thing that I faced is that when you get out, you're kind of excited to re-engage and get help and try to find a good job. And in my particular case, it was a little difficult where the district attorneys will continue to post things on Google because their goal is to help you get a job, but not if you have a family to support or what have you. So in your program, I would try to help people understand that positivity will go a long way, but they do need help when they get out.
You and I have gone in depthly over this program and what we're trying to do. Do you think this is something that would be helpful for inmates that are being released from prison?
I think it would be awesome because the reality is when you're incarcerated, everyone tells you that when you get out, everyone's going to forgive you, that it's going to be okay. You paid your debt to society. And then when you go to get a job, you really don't. I mean, everything is stacked against what you're trying to do because of obviously what you did. So a program like this could help take people through those first 6 months where it's really disappointment, rejection, and not much positive, and you're just trying to reestablish. So there really aren't any programs that help you do that.
Can you state your occupation that you have now and how you got it?
Yes, I work for the Department of War for the United States government. It used to be the Department of Defense. 50 years ago, I was in the Navy, and I was in it's called Naval Intelligence. It's just a fancy word for Morse code operator. And then I had a career in high tech, and then this happened. The group that helped me was the veterans. The veterans came to see me, and because I had had that service, they allowed me to learn this profession. Basically, what I did was teach myself cybersecurity over about a 1-year period. I worked on it every day. I worked on it when people said there was no point of doing it. I worked on it because if you want to succeed long term without programs like this, you basically have to do it on my own. So the Navy has been extremely helpful to me in my career. The Department of Defense has been a great job, and that's where I'm at currently.
So would you say that it was challenging to teach yourself cybersecurity, and having a program like this would be beneficial for people that are trying to get back out into the workforce instead of having to obviously teach yourself cybersecurity, which sounds very challenging, I'd imagine?
So yes, a program like this would be extremely helpful because you really have nowhere to go. When I got out, I wanted to support my family, continue to be a father, which you go through this embarrassment is hard, and then you just have bills. So anything that someone can do to just provide positivity is a tremendous step because there isn't any. If you need to get ahead, you need to do it. And there's nobody to help give you the guidance or the first step to do it. Or just remove some of the distractions and also, for instance, help you, with re-entering with your family because that applies to getting a job. And so that is what I would love to see you guys be able to accomplish.
Can you talk about your reentry process when you were getting released?
So once again, as I said, when you're incarcerated, it's a lot of programs inside that tell you how you're going to be so warmly welcomed and everything's going to be great and you paid your debt to society. In the last 6 months, they call it a reentry program, which basically is nothing, not to be crude, except when you go home, they say, here's $200 and good luck. And you have nowhere to go, no one to see, no path of what to happen. It's one of the reasons that people get in trouble fairly quickly when they get out. They have no housing. Unless you have family that says, welcome home, which everyone doesn't, it's a very, very tough process. So if your program could help people in that first few days of when they get out to just make them feel like they're not a bum, it would be an outstanding service to the people being released.